back to my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Hayls and I'm an online fitness coach. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit like and subscribe. I'm going to be taking you through episode 2 of getting strong and building your shape this winter. Every single other week I'm going to do an upload. You guys loved my last one, so I am going to keep that theme and I'm going to take you along every other week, share with you the highs, the lows. I'm going to take you along my journey with me and we are going to do this together. So if you want to get strong, you want to build some shape this winter, stay tuned because we're going to go smash it this weekend and come and train with me. First of all, starting off with some breakfast. So you guys know I'm not a morning person, so I really struggle to get up when it's dark or colder. I don't know about you, but I've been really struggling to get up in the mornings anywhere before 7, which is so not like me. So I had a little chill coffee in bed. And then this is my pre-workout. So we're going to a new gym today. I'm going to take you along. This was just easily digestible, slow release carbs. The gym is about a half-hour drive for me. So I had a big bowl of protein oats and then obviously my creatine, which I have been a lot more consistent with. So 5 grams going in, ready to roll, half an hour car journey to the new gym. And we are just going to have a posterior day today. So we're going to focus on back. That does also mean hamstrings and that does also mean a little bit of glutes. Now I'm really focusing on slowing the reps down and trying to get the full stretch. I'm using straps here just to help my grip, which I think I said in my last video is really important when I'm doing my back days. Then I moved on to the lat pull. Now again, I got a little bit caught here, but this is a new gym, new machine. I don't normally use these machines, but I use a lat pull down version or variation at my gym. So just a little bit different. Sometimes I feel it a bit differently. And ladies, you need to remember, if you want a smaller waist, you should really be building your lats and don't, neglect your upper body, because if you are able to actually build your lats, it gives you the illusion of a slightly smaller waist and it gives you kind of that hourglass figure as well. So building up my glutes now, I really didn't love this machine, I'm not gonna lie, but I was here in the gym and I wanted to try it out. Now I feel like a lot of fixed machines, and they do work for some, but they don't always work for some people, and I'm 5'4", so I felt like I was quite limited to the weight I could use for the range of motion. I just didn't get a very good glute connection. So I wouldn't say I prefer machines, I probably prefer the barbell hip thrust. Moving on to the hammy curl, again, my stubborn hammies, I'm very quad dominant, so really focus on keeping my hips down here, don't let my hips rise, and getting that full stretch. And it goes like a little bit patchwork Pete. So yesterday was my tan night, so I have finally washed it off, but I don't do this in summer. In summer I generally do go really dark, but in winter it's not real. It's fake. Everyone's like, wow, you look really brown. I'm like, yeah, it's my bottle. So I used the St. Moritz one that you saw last night. Sorry mum that I ripped up your sofa. I'm very sorry. Yeah, we are going to go for a little dog walk this morning and then we are going to go straight off to the gym before it closes. I'm not going to bother with makeup today because quite honestly I'm going to go swim, sauna, hair's greasy because I'm about to get really sweaty doing a WOD. See how my lower back is, but it's a little bit aggy at the moment. I think it is just honestly tight hamstrings, so I need to really prioritise a little bit of stretching afterwards. Mum was going to go pump some iron like our child. So a little update on Milo, other than the fact that he's still chewing my sofa, which we're still trying to deal with. He has got the dog behaviourist in and she's coming every 2 weeks, and it's a bit like PT, right? If you don't know what you're doing or you're stuck, you get a specialist. I don't know what I'm doing as a dog mum in terms of training him to do what I want him to do and communicating with him. So I'm going to get him to be a little angel one day. And she's been doing a really good job. She's given us some little homework to do. He's very high maintenance. He just gets really, really bored really easily. So we have got some, we call them brain games. It's basically some like mental stimulation games. Yeah, we are trying to train him. We are trying to do our best. These are my sisters. They're actually from Shein. And honestly, they are the most flattering. They're like a beauty scrunch one. So I ended up doing some skill work today. So I actually did a little bit of a WOD. It was 5 power cleans at 50 kilos. And then it was straight into max cows for ski egg. So this is obviously more for performance. Power and strength as well, but I really enjoy doing these. Now, I was very tight on time because my gym was doing some maintenance things. So I actually literally had 45 minutes in the gym in total, and plus I wanted to stretch, sauna, swim and everything. So I ended up doing 3 rounds, and then I did, after the power cleans with a ski erg, I then went on to burpees over the bar with ski erg. So this WOD in total, I just did as many rounds as I could in 20 minutes. So I was quite limited on time. So 20-minute WOD, and then we went straight into actually doing some strength. So you'll see once I finish this one, I did some push press. So I started at 40 kilos. I was absolutely knackered, so I did have a minute rest, but I did 40 kilo push press, and then I ended up doing max reps for that, and I ended up just doing 2 sets because I wanted to go into my working weight, which was 50 kilos, and I was actually so gone with my shoulders by this point, and my upper body was so sore from the ski erg. I only managed to do 2 reps at 50 kilos. I would like to progress on this movement as I go. And then finishing with farmer's carry, so I did 24 kilos in each hand, and this was brutal. My grip strength is a real weakness, so I'm really trying to work on that this year. So I want to say that was like a 40-minute session max. It was really good, really enjoyed it, and honestly the gym is closed for 2 hours whilst they're doing some like drainage thing, so I didn't get to swim, I didn't get to stretch. I'm going to go home and stretch now. I had 5 minutes in the sauna and then they kicked me out. The most random meal in the world. So these are from GSN. They are frozen chicken breasts that you take out the freezer. I'll insert a clip of what they are. No, Milo, get down. And they're so easy because you just take them out, put them in the fridge, and they defrost. And they're actually really nice, like they're not dry. So this is 3 chicken breasts, 30 grams protein in each one. This is the leftovers from the roast yesterday. So we've got like carrots, cabbage, Savoy cabbage, loads of little roasted potatoes. So basically this is gonna be my dinner. Well, dinner, lunch, but I've got to kind of be careful because I'm going to my friends for a big roast dinner, like very soon, in the next couple of hours. My second favourite is brown essays.
Yeah.
So here is a morning physique update. My scales are broken, so it's hard to know, but this is just relaxed, unposed. Obviously, posed is a lot different, but we want to be real here. Do you know, I always say you have to learn to get uncomfortable if you want to get somewhere, right? If you're comfortable in anything, whether that be a job, a relationship, a fitness journey, like your training, if it feels comfortable, let's be honest, we're probably not going to grow in our comfort. Everything that is kind of hard requires a little bit of sacrifice, a little bit of compromise, and it's down to us to prioritize what's important and what's not important. So for me, one thing that's really important is like my training is part of my well-being, my self-care. Like you guys see, I have such a balanced lifestyle. Like the 80-20 diet rule works for me a treat. It works for my clients a treat. And that is just 80% of my day. As you can see from my food shop, it is just whole foods. You can see from my foods, I have whole foods, minimally processed. If I can make them homemade, fab. The odd time, the odd microwave meal, not a big deal. And I'm always adding in micronutrients. Like you probably see, I add spinach to everything because I just know if my gut health is optimized, so is everything. Like even my mood, like my digestion, everything, my energy. So if you can prioritize 80% of your day or your week being whole foods and 20% being fun foods, like you saw, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of pudding, and a little bit of flexibility in life, because that's really, like, if you want to live a balanced lifestyle, it's not balanced to deprive yourself of all the things that you love. But you have to kind of, I guess, make some compromises somewhere. Like, don't get me wrong, when I was doing my photo shoot prep and I was extremely lean, yes, I had to make some compromises, and yes, I had to make a bit more time to prioritize more steps, more cardio, you know, those things. Whereas when I'm in this period of my journey where I'm building a bit more shape and have way more calories to play around with, yeah, of course I have more flexibility. However, I'm not going to build my whole day just because my calories are higher. I'm not going to have my whole day based around just loads of empty calories, because it will spike my sugar cravings. It will give me energy crashes when my sugar levels go sky high and drop down, and it also won't really help optimizing my digestion so I can break down, absorb the nutrients that my body needs, and it probably will interfere with things like sleep, recovery, etc. So that's my take on it. That's my 80-20 rule, and it's never failed me. It's helped me get in my best shape that I'm in probably now. And it also helps me for when I'm trying to help my clients understand this, because a lot of them come to me from very low calories, and I've seen it far too much as a coach where women come into me on like sub 1500 calories and they're like, Hayls, you know, I'm not getting fat loss anymore, like my shape's not even changing, nothing's changing. Like, but can you adhere to that? Like, if you are so restricted and you don't have that 80-20 balance, and you don't have the food freedom that I guess you probably want in life, are you actually going to stick to that diet? Probably not. And that's where we go wrong. We have the binges, we have the cheat days, we have lack of diet consistency, lack of adherence, and that's where results just like hit rock bottom. And I've been there before. Trust me, I've been there before, so I get it. I know it's hard, but it's more a mindset thing. This time for me is a bit uncomfortable. Of course, I like looking a bit leaner, like for aesthetic vain reasons. As women, we kind of do like seeing the abs and the lines and the, you know, like everyone's different, not saying everybody does, but I personally know I feel a heck of a lot more confident when I'm absolutely like not shredded, because I probably feel a bit miserable, but when I'm a bit leaner than I am now, say how I was in summer, yeah, of course I feel my very best. However, I also understand that I didn't get that physique from dieting all the time, and you won't either. You need to spend a bit of time outside of a calorie deficit. I know from my performance, from my training, from my numbers, I record all of that so I know whether I'm improving or not, and also progress pictures. You know, I know that I have to fill out a little bit. I know that my scales are probably going to go up, although I have no idea what they are because my scales are broken and I need to get some new ones. You can still feel good at 58, even though in your head you probably think, I won't feel good if I'm a bit heavier, but you might, you know, you don't know till you're there. And I definitely feel a heck of a lot better now than I did when I was dieting, when I was shredded. So you can't just judge a look by, that's where I'm going to feel happiest, because trust me, I've been there. I was pretty miserable. I was hungry. I had no sex drive. I was miserable. I was so food focused. I had no food freedom. I mean, I looked shredded. I got compliments on the daily, but I didn't feel very good. And that's where you have to kind of weigh up, okay, what am I willing to compromise? Can I be in a small deficit? It might take me a bit longer, but I can actually adhere to this deficit if I want fat loss. Or can I be at maintenance and a small surplus so I don't gain tons of body fat, but I also don't feel uncomfortable in my clothes? I don't want to gain tons of unnecessary body fat, because when I want to do a mini cut for my wedding next year, I've then got further to go and longer I need to be in that deficit to be where I want to be. So I don't want to just keep building, gaining tons of body fat, which lots of people this time of year do. They lose the discipline, motivation drops, the drive drops, intensity drops, consistency drops. We go all or nothing at socials, and then we restrict in the weekdays, and it's that yo-yo cycle. But then what happens is we get to next year, we're like, oh my God, I've got all this weight I need to lose now. just maintain it. You know, just be in a place now where you can, 6 weeks till Christmas, like nail those habits, find a good routine, like absolutely smash your training, like use this time now. Gyms are going to be crazy busy in January. So if I can give you one bit of advice, use the time you have now to build a solid foundation, good routines, good habits, get in the gym, start doing things you might feel a little bit uncomfortable for now, because then when things get busy, you won't feel so anxious and uncomfortable in that gym environment, because you will have already been in there way before the New Year's resolution is up. You know what you're doing, and you stop then caring what other people think of you, and you start just showing up for yourself a little bit more. So that is my little prep talk, guys. I am going to actually go swim, sauna, because I didn't do it yesterday. It's now Monday, so Monday night. So I'm going to go do that today. See you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, drop them down below in the comments.